making that point. As always, this is the heart I wear to remind me of my cats. Um, I'm making a part two today on the Unanimity Return to Innocence Game Over series. The whole thing revolves around a science fiction idea I had, and it revolves around something called the protection game. There are all kinds of people who don't want me talking about this. As we all know, a lot of science fiction is really, really based on fact, and certain details are changed or just doctored somehow to protect the innocent and protect the guilty. I want to protect only the innocent. I want to expose the guilty. So a lot of the details in Return to Innocence Game Over are not being changed. But a lot of it is being depersonalized, and some of it is autofiction. Autofiction means a work of fiction that a writer creates that is based largely on their own life. So, depersonalization means you change details so that it doesn't seem to be coming from you or is not about you. So, I wanted to point out some couple of things about unanimity, how unanimity is achieved. Courage. Enough people have to get enough courage at the same time to stop playing the game, to say no to their own enslavement, to basically tell the elitists to bug off and just we're not going to be your cannon fodder, we're not going to be your slaves, we're not going to be your doormats. We refuse to be used because our lives are our own and we are using. The main thing I want to say about this right this minute is that in Return to Innocence Game Over, which will be serialized, and I'll have a way to subscribe to the chapters and all that eventually. What you do when someone asks you a protection question, if you're in the resistance and have decided you're not going to be enslaved, is turn it back on the person who asked the question. If someone says, "Would you marry me to save your life?" And people will do that in the game, right? You say, "You're a willful perpetuator, because no one who loves freedom as much as I do would ask me an unholy, unnatural question like that. I would turn it on you. I would say no to you." If someone said, um, "Would you sacrifice your brother's life to save your sister's life? Or would you sacrifice your dad's life to save your mom's?" You recognize that as an unholy, unnatural, abhorrent question. You recognize that as a question no one should ever be asked to begin with. And you say, "I would not sacrifice my brother to save my sister, or vice versa. I would not sacrifice one parent to save the other, but I would sacrifice you. You're a willful perpetuator of slavery, and I would sacrifice your life to save all of mankind, the planet, and every other species hereupon." So just remember the concept of willful perpetuator is very, very important to Return to Innocence Game Over and the whole thematic structure, the overarching philosophical questions about freedom and slavery that are entertained therein. Because these questions that those that play the game ask are truly unnatural. They have no place on this earth. They are unholy. You don't even have to be religious to believe that certain things are nothing short of unholy. They are abhorrent, they are repugnant, and no one on this planet should be asked to play the game. Viva, viva la resistance.